Good afternoon, all. Yesterday lecture we discussed about the types of vaccine: attenuated or natural vaccine, inactive vaccine, and recombinant vaccine. So now today we will discuss the important thing: HLA system. Human leukocyte antigen system. See, I had explained earlier that before organ transplantation, you know that if due to any reason uh, function of any organ function of any organ or the partial function of any organ is affected, then we say that organ is failed, and then here organ transplantation is required there. And for organ transplantation, tissue matching can be performed, that is known as histocompatibility. Histocompatibility: if donor's tissue and recipient's tissue is matched with each other, fine. So there is exception of this organ by the body. So that is decided by HLA system, human leukocyte antigen system. The most important one, HLA system is situated on chromosome number 6. Generally we say like that organ is accepted or rejected, fine. So that whole portion situated on the chromosome number 6. And human leukocyte antigen system, also known as MHC, major histocompatibility complex. Okay, major histocompatibility complex. To accept or reject the organ, the alleles present on the chromosome number 6, these are known as haplotypes. So for this we say like that. Only identical twins have identical haplotypes. See, the best HLA complex or HLA matching is observed within the same family. So majority we accept the organ of the same family members, majority. And in this condition, the organ rejection chances are very less. Fine. So the best HLA complex matching is observed within the same family member. Tissue grafting or organ transplantation, as you know earlier, that in chapter number 10 we had discussed with this that cyclosporin A. Okay, if you remember, cyclosporin A is used as immunosuppressant drug during tissue grafting or organ transplantation. As you know that after organ transplantation, to prevent the reject of the transplanted organ, we reduce the immunity power. So cyclosporin A is immunosuppressant drug. Fine. Immunosuppressant, it means reduce the immunity power. Types of tissue grafting or types of the organ transplantation. First is autograft. The one part of the body can be shifted to the other part of the body. Okay, so it is known as autograft. So the one part of the body that is of individual one can be shifted on the other part. So for example, skin transplantation. As I told to you earlier, that skin grafting, plastic surgery, but we take the specimen of the skin from the other regions of the body. For example, groin region, in the thigh region, we have skin peeler. Okay, so remove the few layers of the skin and transplant it to the required area. Second is isograft. Isograft means the grafting of the one part to another part of the other person, but which who have same genetic constituent. Okay, so it is mostly seen in identical twins. Okay, homograft or allograft. Homograft or allograft. This is the type of the grafting between This is the type of the grafting between genetically dissimilar individuals but of same species. For example, family members find intraspecies grafting, we say that. Fourth one is heterograft or xenograft. Heterograft or xenograft, so here we say that between two organisms of different species. For example, we take the organ of the pig instead of human being. Fine. Now, successful graft order is what? First of all, self, then identical twins, greater than siblings, parents, and unrelated donors. Fine. So this is the successful grafting order. Anaphylactic shock. Now we are more focusing on the allergy topic. Anaphylactic shock is generalized and severe form of the allergy. What is anaphylactic shock? When see anaphylactic shock means the type of the allergen. For example, penicillin drug. Penicillin like a drug which is introduced inside the body, then it stimulates the mast cells to secrete the histamine. So whole body mast cells are stimulated. Fine. And here, due to secretion of the histamine, vasodilation occurs. Vasodilation means the blood vessels diameter increases, as well as permeability of the blood vessel also increases. As a result, large amount of the fluid is leaked out from the blood vessels into extracellular spaces. So here, when the large amount of the fluid comes out, then blood volume decreases. As a result, blood pressure decreases, and sudden fall in the blood pressure leads to death. Now, discuss the next topic, autoimmune disorders. See, you know that our immunity power attacks our body itself. Our immunity power attacks our body itself. That condition is known as autoimmunity, and due to that, the disease is created. So those type of the disorders or diseases known as autoimmune diseases. First of all, myasthenia gravis. In that, antibody secreted against acetylcholine receptors. So now here what happened? Acetylcholine receptors against that antibody is created. So it prevents binding of the acetylcholine to the neuromuscular junction, okay, and as a result nerve impulse cannot pass through easily normally. As a result, muscle got paralyzed. And one thing you know that if paralysis occur in the diaphragm, if paralysis occurred in the diaphragm, leads to death also. Okay, so here movements of muscles affected, fine, and then leads to paralysis at a prolonged time. Next autoimmune disease is pernicious anemia. You know that in anemia we have reduced amount of hemoglobin as well as less number of RBCs. So in pernicious anemia what happened? Antibody is secreted against CIF. Pernicious anemia in that antibody is secreted against the CIF, Kestrel's intrinsic factor, and here main function of CIF is to absorb the vitamin B12. Okay, one thing if you know, please I will clarify this. Vitamin B12, that is cyanocobalamin, and vitamin B9 that is folic acid. Normally, you know that vitamin B12 with that is cyanocobalamin, and with vitamin B12, vitamin B9 is also there. That is folic acid, the famous one. So both the vitamins simultaneously join together and promotes the formation of the RBCs. So formation of the RBC, that procedure is known as erythropoiesis. So here vitamin B12 is not properly absorbed in an adequate amount due to antibody secretion against the CIA. As a result, less amount of RBC formation as well as less amount of hemoglobin formation in the body, and this type of the anemia is known as pernicious anemia. So last we have discussed with pernicious anemia. Let us discuss with the Hashimoto disease. In Hashimoto disease, what happened here? Antibodies are secreted against the thyroid gland. In Hashimoto disease, the antibodies are secreted against the thyroid gland. As a result, thyroid gland is unable to secrete thyroid hormones, or we say that very less amount of the thyroid hormones are secreted, and this situation is known as hypothyroidism. Okay, so in Hashimoto disease, thyroid gland is affected there. As you know, that thyroid gland is the largest gland. Thyroid gland is largest endocrine gland of the body. And here when thyroid gland is affected, so two situations are formed there. Hypothyroidism reduce the thyroid hormone secretion, and hyperthyroidism increase the secretion of the thyroid hormones. And you know that from the thyroid gland, T3, T4 and TCT, triiodothyronine, that is T3, T4 tetraiodothyronine, that is also known as thyroxine, and TCT thyrocalcitonin are secreted. So due to the deficiency of that hormones and thyroid gland is affected, Hashimoto disease is seen there. Rheumatoid arthritis. C. Rheumatoid arthritis in that our immunity power produce the rheumatic factor from IgM antibody. So here due to the rheumatic factor, fever occurred, that is known as rheumatic fever, and the joints are affected there. The fluid is accumulated in the joint area. Okay, here the fluid is accumulated in the joint area. So due to rheumatic factor, inflammation of synovial membrane occurs. Inflammation of the synovial fluid. Here the synovial membrane produce the more amount of the synovial fluid but infected one, and here due to infected synovial fluid as well as it stimulate the growth of the osteocytes. More number of the osteocytes are formed, and accumulation of these substances in the joint, and that is known as pannus. So due to inflammation of the synovial membrane, pannus is formed, and this venous is now accumulated in the each and every joint of the body, fine, leads to stiffness in the joint and reduce the mobility at once the joint become immobile. Generally here in rheumatoid arthritis there is a no any particular treatment, but by heat therapy, physiotherapy, okay, as well as immune power can increase to reduce the inflammation of the synovial membrane. So here we give symptomatic relief to the patient only, but there is a no proper curative. Fine treatment is available for this. Next is IBDM. You know that majority here diabetes can occur due to any reason, but majority here our immune power, immunity system can attack on our body itself. But here majority in insulin dependent diabetes mellitus, the targeted organ is pancreas. So beta cells beta cells of the pancreas is affected here in IDDM. No secretion of insulin leads to few symptoms. Less insulin is secreted, as a result hyperglycemia situation is created. Hyperglycemia means more amount of the glucose level or sugar level in the blood. Then glycosuria means urine is consist of glucose. So this is abnormal urine type. Fine. Normally in the healthy person, glucose is absent in the urine. Polyuria, frequent urination or frequent micturition. Polyphagia, more hungry at recurrent time. The person become hungry. And polydipsia, more thirsty. So at particular interval time, the person become more thirsty. So this is about the insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. I hope you understand this. Fine. Remaining thing we will discuss in the next lecture.